Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Healthy Grocer Radio Show, brought to you by New Day Healing at newdayhealing.net and Be More Clean colon hydrotherapy at bemoreclean.com. We share the latest healing products, research, healing practices, and remedies to enhance physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. We're broadcasting globally over the internet every Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon Arizona time. All radio show podcasts can be viewed and heard live on demand 24/7 at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Spreaker, and on our website at healthygrocerradio.com. Should you have any health-related questions or comments regarding our discussion today, please join us live or email your questions to info@healthygrocerradio.com. And remember, health is your greatest wealth.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Healthy Grocer Radio Show. This is Kenyatta Turner with Freedom Empire Consulting. I am your host today, and I am here with my fabulous co-host, Elizabeth Joseph. She is a holistic wellness practitioner and nutrition expert from Be More Clean. Hey Elizabeth.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, everybody out there? And we have a very special guest in the virtual studio with us today. I am so excited about this topic. I'm excited to bring him to the stage, even though you can already see him smiling into the camera. Our topic today is CBD and coffee, an unlikely pair. And I can't wait to learn why is this so unlikely? Like, says who? Like, I want to know more about that. Our special guest today is Donnell Jackson. He is the owner of the Coughee Company, a vegan organic coffee company that produces CBD infused coffee. Now, Donnell has worked over 6 official years in cannabis industry, 10 plus years in hospitality, and 4 years as a financial advisor. So he is also the founder of Black Cannabis Culture and the co-founder of Blacks on Greens, which is a 501c3 nonprofit. Now we're going to bring him on stage in just a moment here, but first I want to make sure that you know, if you want to reach him, or you're just like, I need to place an order right now, then go to coffeeco.com. And he has coffee, how it's spelled on his name here. But if you are listening, you're like, coffee, how might I spell that? Well, COUGHEECO.com. So it's like coffee, right? That's why you want to spell it, right? So, and then, or you can just email him, blow up his email at thecoffeeco@gmail.com. And he's on the Instagrams at the Coughee Co. And remember, TheCouGheeCo. Now, listeners, remember this show is for you, our listening audience and watching audience. So please join us. If you have any questions or comments, you can go to our Facebook.com page at Facebook.com, the Healthy Grocery Radio Show, and send us a little message. We'll be monitoring that. We'll make sure we can answer your questions as well. And so let's jump into the topic now that all of our housekeeping is taken care of. We are excited to have you join us, Donnell. Welcome. He's talking and we can't hear him.
No, that's okay. We will get it taken care of.
All right. So I'll tell you what he said. He said, hey guys, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on the show. And then as he gets that settled, now, okay, so this is going to be great. How does this show work? We're going to have some conversations with Donnell. We have some questions we're going to ask him, learn more about him and his business and what he does and how he helps and serve people. But we're going to have this ongoing conversation about CBD and coffee. So again, if you've got questions, make sure you put them in the Facebook group. We'll be paying attention. We'll make sure we bring it up. And we even have a couple of breaks throughout the show. We have some amazing sponsors and advertisers. We want to make sure you learn about them as well. So we're going to see if this is working here. Check, mic check. Nope, it's not working. So we might do something fun. Like I ask him a question and he responds in the chat and then I read you his answer.
I like it. That's a good idea.
Do that if we had to.
So, in the meantime, I think what we'll do is we'll just take a super quick commercial break. And I'm super excited to get this conversation started one way or another.
Absolutely.
All right.
Be right back.
Be right back.
Are you tired of losing the same 10 pounds over and over again? Then Break the Chains of Dieting by David Medansky is for you. Break the Chains of Dieting provides hope for you to finally lose weight and keep it off without going on a diet, without exercising, and without having to count calories. For less than you'd spend on a pizza, this book gives you the solution you've been looking for. Available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and antidietadvocate.com. Order your copy today.
Bloated? Constipated? Wish there was a way to find relief without nasty side effects. Colon hydrotherapy is an ancient natural practice that gently cleanses the colon with filtered water. Be More Clean specializes in colon hydrotherapy and customized holistic nutrition built for you. Stop by Be More Clean on Scottsdale Road in Thomas or visit our website at bemoreclean.com for all your holistic wellness needs.
Life is about flowing. Our life depends upon the flow and balance of fluids within the body. Maintaining balance and harmony on all levels in life is the ideal way to live. Michael's cholesterol metabolism factors and Michael's blood pressure factors allow for the flow of life to progress in balance and harmony. Let Michael's cholesterol metabolism factors and Michael's blood pressure factors be factors in your flow in the enjoyment of life.
Do you ever feel stuck, frustrated, or just know you could be doing more with your life? Dream Smart Academy is a place where everyone can discover who they were made to be behaviorally, uncover their unique behavioral superpowers, and unleash them upon your world. Visit the Dream Smart Academy today at dreamsmartacademy.com or call Jeff Morris, the Chief Dream Maker, at 760-415-1071.
Life is exciting, fun, and full of adventure, but sometimes it can be unpredictable. When the unexpected hits and you feel trapped in a financial pinch, trust UPI Loan Fund. We operate with integrity and aim to get our lenders back to living life without worrying about hidden fees and high interest rates. When life throws you a curveball, call UPI Loan Fund for low interest loans that you can trust. Learn more. Visit our website, upiloanfund.us. That's upiloanfund.us.
Are you looking to ditch caffeine, or do you enjoy coffee but want a delicious caffeine-free cup in the afternoon? Give Genantic Maya-Seed Coffee Alternative a try. A nutrient-rich coffee alternative using one ingredient, the roasted and ground Maya seed, a superfood sourced from Mexico that is alkalizing to the body and high in nutrients, giving you a sustainable nutrient-based energy that your body craves. You can buy on Genantic.com. That's JNANTIK.com.
Spiritual awakening is the process of becoming more in touch with your spiritual core. It is a wonderful journey that is unique for each individual. New Day Healing believes that spiritual, physical, and emotional awakening are all intertwined to create the beautiful beings that we are. New Day Healing offers a wide selection of world music, awakening radio, wellness tools in their spirit shop, and more. Check out their website at newdayhealing.net.
Hey, we're back. Donnell, are you back?
I think we just got him. It was like an echo. There you go.
Yes.
That's better.
There we go.
Yay. There we go. Yeah.
Pull late in 2 hours. Here we go.
That's
All
okay.
right. Technology's working on our behalf today. Fantastic. So everyone, welcome back to the Healthy Grocer Radio Show. I am your host, Behavioral Superpowers Coach with Freedom Empire Consulting. My co-host is here, Elizabeth Joseph. She is a holistic wellness practitioner and nutrition expert from Be More Clean. And our topic today is CBD and coffee, an unlikely pair. We have our very special guest here with us, Donnell Jackson. Donnell, can we hear you?
Peace. Thank you for having me. I much appreciate it. You guys got
Glad you were here. Now, was he cutting out a little bit, Elizabeth? Could you hear what he was saying? Okay. All right. We're gonna work through this, peoples, right? With the technology, we'll keep working on it and make sure we can hear him. But so let me test it out by asking you the first question, right? So the first question is, our topic today is CBD and coffee, an unlikely pair. So please tell the listening audience, why should they be listening to this topic, paying attention, writing notes, and getting all the goods? Why should they be paying very close attention today to this topic, Donnell?
Well, coffee is one of the most consumed beverages in the world, so there's a good percentage of our population that drink it every single day. And though I am in the coffee business, I do know the side effects and the results of drinking high amounts of coffee. CBD is essentially a great vitamin. It's just like another vitamin, another plant that's great for your body. Having the two together, a lot of people have negative side effects to coffee that jittery feeling, that anxiety, that upset stomach, nausea. So they either limit their coffee intake, or some people just go away from it. They're like, "Oh, I just love coffee so much, but I can't have it because of I get super nauseous, or I get this speeding feeling." So what the CBD does is actually essentially neutralizes all those negative side effects.
Ah,
It's we color unlikely pairs. When people think about CBD, they think, oh, it's gonna relax me, or it's great for sleep. And don't get me wrong, CBD is fabulous for helping you relax, or if you do have anxiety, it just helps calm that down. And with coffee, you can get upper that shaky, or you're getting stuff in your brain because of coffee to move around a lot. Um,
I think I'm losing him.
You got to hold the mic up. That's okay. Faint.
no, 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 so nothing.
That's better.
It's a
You
little
can-
faint. Yeah,
It's a little faint. Let's see if I can move this up a little bit. A little better.
Yes.
a little better.
Awesome. Um, what was that? Yeah, it's just it helps overall control for those negative side effects more than anything else. Um, that's usually the key with everything. We go a little deeper, I'm sure, as we will, but we can go into the intricacies and how it helps overall benefit. But uh, just for the quick, unlikely pairing scenario, that's a short version of it. Just helps with those negative side effects on the front end.
So I'm having a hard time hearing the last half of what you said. However, I'm gonna rephrase what I think you were saying. Is you were talking about the CBD. Typically it can have some obviously very relaxing effects, help reduce anxiety. Coffee, something that's more of an upper that would get you hyped up. So you're saying unlikely pair because why would you want to put those things together? Are you trying to relax, or are you trying to pep yourself up with coffee? Like, what are you trying to do? So maybe what you're saying is that when you put those two together, it probably makes a really unique combination for people that gives maybe a little bit of both in a way that they don't have the anxiety. It's maybe soothing some of the negative effects that they might have from coffee. So if they have CBD in their coffee, then maybe they can drink coffee when they couldn't before. Is that basically what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
Awesome.
And so I don't know if the listeners are going to be able to hear him. I mean, I can just barely hear him. So listeners, hopefully you're able to be picking up what he's saying as well. We'll try it again with the next question, and we'll see how much we can hear the volume. Because if they can't hear you at all, and I can't hear you, and we're not reading lips, we're going to have to figure out another way to make sure you can answer these questions. So the next question, Donnell, is you're the expert. That's why we have you on the show. So, hey, expert. So, why should people be listening to you during this conversation as the expert on CBD and coffee? What makes you so special?
I've been working in the cannabis industry. Are we doing our no sound, huh?
No, we can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you. It's cutting out a little bit, but I can make out. Yeah.
I have been working in the cannabis industry officially for 6 years. I've I won't say specialized, but with Black Cannabis Culture is a nonprofit I developed about 6.5, 7 years ago, and it was literally made to provide education to BIPOC communities, Black communities, low income communities who we have this stigma of negative, negative thought process when it comes to association with cannabis and marijuana. And it's understandable. We've been criminalized and been taught that it's such a terrible thing for literally hundreds of years. So with that, I've started my literally studies years ago, not just about the criminality of marijuana, but what actually makes it work, what the different compounds in it. Because there's basic ones we all know, THC, CBD. There's so many intricate compounds within the marijuana plant that are coming out more and more. Like you see advertisements for Delta 8 now. You see the Delta 10 coming out. There's CBG, CBN, and again, these are all just additional compounds of the cannabis plant, just like CBD and THC. Um, but going through the years of research, even just developing this coffee, it took about a solid year and a half to formulate it right, make sure the CBD is not compromised throughout the process. So I've been going through this education, and I won't ever say it's complete because we're always learning, but been going through this education for well over 10 years, um, unofficially, but actually working in dispensaries and working on farms and uh, having my coffee shop has been about 6 years. So with the amount of knowledge I've gained and people I've gotten to run into, and we're talking whole, I guess, doctors to the highest regard. We have doctors, nurse practitioners who advocate for cannabis across the country, but again, it's not something we get public knowledge of, or it's not all in the Black community, especially.
Sure. So it's been several years, and you obviously have a lot of the experience, which is why we're having you on the show to share this information. And so basically, you know what you're talking about, and that's good because we want to know more. All right, Elizabeth, I'm going to hand it over to you. With starting with our, let's dig into the topic now.
Yeah, so I'm really interested just about your journey. Like, how did you get here? Like, it sounds like you've been in the cannabis industry for a while, but like, how did you get? Why? How did we get to like? Oh, I know. I'll put it in coffee. Like, how did that come about?
Well, it cannabis industry has always interested me, even many years ago when it wasn't a I guess when it was more frowned upon than it is now. Not that it's all clear everywhere. I mean, we still go through a lot of issues with it, but it's definitely a lot more open than even 2, 3 years ago. Um, so I guess my first official or unofficial job in the industry was when I was working in Oregon at a farm out there. That was my first trimming job, and started learning more about plants. When you're in, people think about the uh, what some will call the legacy market or the underground market, um, and think like, oh, you don't know what people say you don't know what you're smoking back in the day. You just get what you get. There's certain people in this industry who's crafted for years. I got to work on one of these farms that you're talking about farmers who knew it was in their soil, knew the compound grew organically. It was a fun experience just learning and just in the beginning. With that, picked up little jobs here and there. Got to work in San Francisco, or sorry, in California quite a bit. Got to work in Oregon for a little while, like I said. Worked in Nevada. I actually moved to Arizona because it wasn't recreational adult use yet. Um, Being the cannabis industry, worked in dispensaries out here for about 3, 4 years as well. Uh, Got wanted to get away from that corporate dispensary life or that corporate cannabis life. As you learn more about it, the more you want to step away from that. And during those times, I learned my mom had MS, and being from a Southern religious family, having cannabis in the mix or thinking about that at all as any kind of medicine was just forbidden. It was
What?
not
That wasn't cool?
no, it's, I mean, we're from Texas, so it's and I mean, my family's very deep in weed, so uh, it took a little while convincing. So what brought me to doing CBD and coffee together? I wanted to get my mom a way to try cannabis products, even if it's a little way, and more focus on natural healing remedies rather than doing a bunch of pharmaceuticals. So we started with trying CBD coffee. That's what started the coffee journey. Initially, whenever I worked in hotels as well during my cannabis running around journey, which gave me the opportunity. But when I left there, I actually went to Europe for about a month and a half ish, and just traveled around, backpack, bought a one-way ticket. Amsterdam is really where of course, all places I go to Amsterdam, and I was sitting in the coffee shop and was like, you know what, I can do this in the U.S. So
Ah, very cool.
it was just thinking about the coffee shop. CBD coffee had no bearing or no thought at all. But after I learned how my mama had MS and wanting to change the way she goes about the process, because you don't really change anything. I mean, you can add pharmaceuticals, but if you don't change the way you're living, you don't really heal anything when it comes to these autoimmune diseases that are totally healable, but we don't get that education as well. So hence where we come in with the CBD coffee, and as we got to that point, we got to integrate some more cannabis products and more natural healing products into her diet as well. So it's been a interesting journey. She's doing better over the years, but it definitely hasn't just been the cannabis. It takes a lot, but that was the first step I wanted to kind of point her directly towards.
Well, congratulations for opening, her mind a little bit, through the process and finding a way that she could help and heal herself in a way that conventionally wouldn't have been an option for her. And she wouldn't have considered that, but you were able to introduce it to her in a way where she's like, all right, I can do this. And now she's better off for it. So congratulations for that. Cause that's really cool. That's your mom, taking care of her. So that's cool.
Appreciate it. It's been a journey. If this ain't nothing, it's definitely been a journey.
Sure it has. But your persistence paid off. So there you go. So that's good. All right. Excellent. Good stuff. All right, Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's amazing. So when did you start? So you went to Europe. So how has it helped your mom? Like what benefits does she get?
It was a lot of it was trying to at least initially relieve her pain. CBD is a great pain reliever. Now benefits of CBD are limited when you about overall healing. You do want the benefit of both THC and CBD because it is great for healing autoimmune disease or heavier diseases. But CBD does help for pain relief. So initially, it was just blended for her, and then she noticed the negative side effect of regular coffee was gone with it as well, and she enjoyed coffee a lot more. So it was good to even just see in the beginning. As we progress, we've gotten her to try more and more different cannabis products. So the overall process has been uh, has the ability to increase. She's doing better overall. But again, the cannabis products only can help so much. She recently, over the last maybe I guess it's been 3 4 months, she came out and visited and uh, decided to change her diet substantially. So minus a few chicken items here and there. She's pretty much changed her diet to eating vegan the last 3 months, and that has drastically helped her more than anything. Um, and but she still
That's
has
amazing.
yeah. She still has the cannabis product for pain relief. Again, it's great for pain relief. It helps actually rebuild that structure like that you damage. It's great for muscle tissue. It's great for digestion. What people don't know is you actually have receptors for cannabis, for CBD and THC throughout your entire body, throughout your digestive tract, through your brain stem, your muscle tissue. It's really made for your body. It's almost like a helps you balance your homeostasis. It's balances you out. I mean, when people don't like when people pop Xanax and take everything else, but when you have a natural product that can calm you just in the same way, um, it doesn't get the m- promotion that it deserves. It's hard. It's been interesting being in this industry the last 2 years, and even just seeing my mom open up to it has kind of been with the progress of the rest of the country. But as she's gotten to try things and getting a little better, she's more believing in it, and I'm trying to get her off of as many pharmaceuticals as possible. And she cut down actually quite a bit. I don't think she's doing that radiation or chemo she was doing or whatever that process she was involved
Wow.
uh,
That's amazing.
she was doing, and I think she's cut them down. Like she might do one a year now instead of one every month. So um,
That's
been
huge.
great progress.
Wow. That's totally amazing. Totally amazing. That is so great. Now, and thanks for sharing that. And it makes me want to shift gears for just a moment because you talked about her diet and making changes to her diet. You said, I think what you said is after she came here meaning in Arizona. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
From wherever she was before, she now
Oh
is in
yeah.
Arizona.
Yes. Yeah. We're from Texas originally, and well, we grew up in Texas, I guess you could say, and then she's still out there. Most of my family's out there. She came out here to visit about 3 or 4 days. Actually, she came out for the Melanin Natural Expo hosted by
Okay. So did Elizabeth get in her ear at all about what she might have been eating or so? I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, what
uh,
happened?
going to the expo. She got to hear a lot of people speak. I mean, I mean, when people tell you stuff in your family, it's harder to accept than hearing somebody outside and who actually this is what they do day to day. So, I mean, with me, it's just like I'm just nagging to her. I just keep talking to her. Like I'm just talking to a wall, literally.
Well,
But
Donnell, we call that third party validation. She got third party validation.
her party validation, like, but I was like, you've been yelling at me for 35 years, and I gotta accept everything you say, but you can't listen to me for 2 years, and if I change your diet. But no, she went to Elizabeth Expo, and I actually got to be on the panel as well, and that's the first time she's actually got to hear me speak about being vegan and transition. Um,
Wow, that's amazing.
that was cool to have her part of that or have her be there. But yeah, she got to hear. I mean, I don't know Elizabeth, how many speakers you had, or maybe 4 or 5, um, and she's definitely had one-on-one consulting from Mrs. Elizabeth as well. So that definitely helped, and I am much appreciative to her and getting helping my mom cross that line. Uh, at least that first part. So she's doing great. I mean, I definitely want her to continue her journey, and as she's continuing to remove certain items, and she is literally feeling less toxic. And hopefully she can start building some of that muscle and back and she because the MS is kind of making her walk in a funny way. It hasn't progressed in the last 3 months at all. So on that side, I was like, well, that's good. It hasn't got worse, but hopefully we can start that reversing that process.
That's amazing. Wow, I cannot believe that it hasn't progressed in the last few months. So I didn't know that. Yes, I remember her. It was amazing, but that's I can't even believe it. So just really quick though for our listeners, what is CBD?
CBD is cannabidiol. It is uh, you say the reverse side of cannabis plant. So THC has that more high euphoric effect that most people associate marijuana with. CBD it does help you relax. Also, what assists with coffee. CBD is very intentional. It actually used as a stimulant as well. It helps with focus. So coffee, it actually pairs very well with it on that aspect as well. Now, if you're trying to relax, you're trying to have that, more chill out time, CBD does have that intentional purpose because it does help your muscles relax and you to calm down. But it also can be used as a stimulant, or if you're find yourself not able to focus on, say, schoolwork or getting your work done, you can take CBD and it actually will help that.
Thank you for that explanation because our listeners, I mean, people hear the acronym CBD, but they don't always know what that means. So thank you for that, explanation. And I think now is a great time for us to take a quick commercial break because this is a good breaking point in the conversation because we're going to come back and talk more about CBD plus coffee, the unlikely pair. And we are with Donnell Jackson, who is the founder and the owner of a vegan organic coffee company that produces CBD infused coffee. So we're going to learn more about him in a few moments. And I think we're just going to our regular commercial break, and we'll be right back in a few moments. You're listening to the Healthy Grocer Radio Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of losing the same 10 pounds over and over again? Then Break the Chains of Dieting by David Madansky is for you. Break the Chains of Dieting provides hope for you to finally lose weight and keep it off without going on a diet, without exercising, and without having to count calories. For less than you'd spend on a pizza, this book gives you the solution you've been looking for. Available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and antidietadvocate.com. Order your copy today.
Bloated? Constipated? Wish there was a way to find relief without nasty side effects? Colon hydrotherapy is an ancient natural practice that gently cleanses the colon with filtered water. Be More Clean specializes in colon hydrotherapy and customized holistic nutrition built for you. Stop by Be More Clean on Scottsdale Road in Thomas, or visit our website at bemoreclean.com for all your holistic wellness needs.
Life is about flowing. Our life depends upon the flow and balance of fluids within the body. Maintaining balance and harmony on all levels in life is the ideal way to live. Michael's cholesterol metabolism factors and Michael's blood pressure factors allow for the flow of life to progress in balance and harmony. Let Michael's cholesterol metabolism factors and Michael's blood pressure factors be factors in your flow in the enjoyment of life.
Do you ever feel stuck, frustrated, or just know you could be doing more with your life? Dream Smart Academy is a place where everyone can discover who they were made to be behaviorally, uncover their unique behavioral superpowers, and unleash them upon your world. Visit the Dream Smart Academy today at dreamsmartacademy.com or call Jeff Morris, the Chief Dream Maker, at 760-415-1071.
Life is exciting, fun, and full of adventure, but sometimes it can be unpredictable. When the unexpected hits and you feel trapped in a financial pinch, trust UPI Loan Fund. We operate with integrity and aim to get our lenders back to living life without worrying about hidden fees and high interest rates. When life throws you a curveball, call UPI Loan Fund for low interest loans that you can trust. Learn more. Visit our website, upiloanfund.us. That's UPILOANFUND.us.
Are you looking to ditch caffeine, or do you enjoy coffee but want a delicious caffeine-free cup in the afternoon? Give Genantic Maya-Seed Coffee Alternative a try. A nutrient-rich coffee alternative using one ingredient, the roasted and ground Maya seed, a superfood sourced from Mexico that is alkalizing to the body and high in nutrients, giving you a sustainable nutrient-based energy that your body craves. You can buy on Genantic.com. That's JNANTIK.com.
Spiritual awakening is the process of becoming more in touch with your spiritual core. It is a wonderful journey that is unique for each individual. New Day Healing believes that spiritual, physical, and emotional awakening are all intertwined to create the beautiful beings that we are. New Day Healing offers a wide selection of world music, awakening radio, wellness tools in their spirit shop, and more. Check out their website at newdayhealing.net.
Ooh, welcome back to the Healthy Grocer Radio Show. I'm Kenyatta Turner. I am your host. I am the CEO and founder of Freedom Empire Consulting, and I am here with my co-host Elizabeth Joseph. She is the chief at holistic wellness practitioner and nutrition expert from Be More Clean.
I'll take chief. I like it. I'll take it.
That's like the chief. Yep. And I am here with, we are here with our guest right now with Donnell Jackson. He is the owner of the Coughee Company, a vegan and organic coffee company that produces CBD infused coffee. And Donnell has worked over 6 official years in the cannabis industry, 10 plus years in hospitality, and 4 years as a financial advisor. He's also the founder of Black Cannabis Culture and co-founder of Blacks on Greens, a 501c3 nonprofit. And our topic today is CBD and coffee, an unlikely pair. So let's get back into the topic. Elizabeth, what do you got for us?
What were we talking about before that we wanted to come back to? Like, I'm really interested in your mom's progress, but yeah, there was something that we wanted to come back to.
Well, he just right before the break, he just kind of broke down what CBD means. Like, what does that acronym
Okay.
mean, right?
Oh, I remember. I remember.
Yep.
So yeah, so you named a bunch of other letters. You named like CBG and CBN. I've never even heard of those ones. And then you said something about Delta, and I'm like, are we talking about COVID? Like, what's happening? So there was a lot of acronyms I don't understand. Please explain them to me.
Well, essentially, other acronyms are best way to describe more compound type stuff. CBD and THC. THC Delta 8. Delta 9 is what normal people what is most cannabis products. Delta 8, what is actually it actually still gives you that high, but it is legal in some states. Arizona actually made it illegal for like smoke shops and to sell it, but and go just to say, for example, you can actually buy Delta 8 still on the shelves, and they actually come out with Delta 10 as well. So it's another product that's supposed to be more similar to Delta 9, which is actually the what compound will get you high in marijuana, but so those are just extensions for different compounds, versions of THC. And CBG, CBN, same thing. Like if you can look up any of these as well. CBN great for sleep, anxiety. So I tell people use it at nighttime if that's what you're having. Now CBD still works, CBG work. All these compounds will still work for almost the same purpose, but each of them have their more specific compounds that work for a specific purpose. So definitely, and these are easy to look up. If you pick up or Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo, whatever your search engine is, look up um,
Is that right?
CBN or CBD compound or THC compounds. You could probably type in like CBD and THC wheel, and you'll get this. Essentially, it's a wheel that gives you all the compounds in relation to each one. I have one for one of my training education guides for my staff. So yeah, it's just
We
a
work
bunch
there.
of different compounds. Cannabis plant, it has not been officially studied in the U.S. for really any amount of time. Now there are studies in Israel and like places like China, of course, that show the benefits and the different compounds. But they estimate that there's hundreds of compounds within the marijuana plant that we still have yet to learn about. And it definitely wouldn't surprise me at this point, off the top of my head. I think I can maybe 13-ish. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that is going on with the plant that we are still discovering and still learning every day.
That's amazing. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it hasn't been studied here, and but it has in Europe?
Well, I mean, it's been criminalized for quite a bit of time, and not to get into political things, but if you follow money, the studies in Israel are typically U.S. funded, but we won't. We got a lot of reasons back for that, but
Maybe that's probably the short answer. If you follow the money, you'll find out why. You know,
yeah, if you
that's
industry and you follow the money, you can find out why. But
yeah.
as the industry is opening up here, and it's soon going to be taken over by the pharmaceutical company. I mean, we might have decriminalization coming up in the next. My estimate has always been 2025, at least for decriminalization. I don't know if it's going to be legal, but by 2025, I think most states are either going to transition or make some decisions. When it's going to be pretty widespread, as it is already. Um, but yeah, we've criminalized it so much, and when you got when you in a slavery system, you gotta find a way to keep it going one way or another. So as you see things criminalized heavily, and it's not, I mean, we can move past cannabis first, but that's just been another instrument to be used. So it's a it's criminalization program that it's very hard to break in the U.S. So
Okay.
you get all these states that have legalized, and we're still like, why are we still doing this? You can go to pretty much
Mhm.
anywhere in the South still, and any amount of cannabis can still be a felony. There are still well over 18 states that it's still a felony to have any amount, um, or I'll say anything over an eighth, which is really nothing still, but uh, it's a criminalization program. So
Hmm.
to go through the process of changing that is hard. Again, it's one of those follow the money things.
Sure.
But
Well,
until
I think that phrase, people say there's a lot to unpack there. More time than we have on this show right now. So I do have another question for you. You keep talking about this coffee company that you have. Is that a physical location, or help the peoples understand? Can we go there?
we are currently under construction. We have a location in Tempe, Arizona at Broadway and Rule,
Hmm.
937 East Broadway Road. Um, this is our only location open, but this is our second location actually. Closed
Yeah.
thanks. Closed the first one in 2020, I guess, when all the pandemic situation started, and then going construction right now. Hopefully, we'll be finished within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we can get back open.
Excellent.
We are
So let
cannabis.
me clarify that the address that she just put here. This one is open right now, but you said the second one is under construction. Is that what you said?
This is the only location. We closed the first one. We closed the first
Oh,
location in 2020, and then
got
this location we did open for a little bit in the beginning of the year. We opened for about 2 months, more just like a trial run. Wanted to get things ironed out, our flow going. Um, we closed in March, I believe. Yeah, mid March. And then been under construction for about a month now, and
okay.
yeah, about 2 weeks left.
So
Hopefully,
this will be reopening sort of at this location, 637 Broadway in
Yay.
Tempe. That's Tempe
nine
for those who don't know where those addresses are. Okay. Right. All right.
Broadway Road, correct.
Cool.
So,
Right down.
real quick, is there anything special about this coffee shop or is it just a coffee shop?
Well, we are cannabis friendly coffee shop. We have a
Mm,
private members lounge. You can come in and consume. There is a membership fee, just more because we're in the city of Tempe. It's not the easiest place to get things accomplished in. So we do have a drive-through. You can pick up to go if you just want to grab some coffee to go.
really?
But yeah, we
Awesome.
do have a private lounge. You can come in, consume. We don't sell any cannabis products. People can bring in their cannabis products, hang out, chill, smoke, as they like.
Very cool. And so drive through, that's kind of cool, right? Especially coffee
Yeah,
shops with a drive through, and you've got a special drive through, so that's kind of neat.
yeah, that was the biggest decision in kind of getting this location and kind of taking my time. My old location didn't have a drive-through, and I wanted to make sure we can have a continuous flow, even though we won't be necessarily open to the public all the time. So we
Okay.
can still offer that.
Very cool. Well, congratulations, small business owner. Rocking it. I
Awesome.
love it. I love it. Small
Yeah.
business owner turning to big business owner. All business starts somewhere. So this is exciting. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
It's good stuff. Well, you know what? I think it is time for a break for us to go into our kitchen corner segment with Danielle. Because so listen to this before we go into the kitchen corner. Danielle always gives these cool little tips about stuff to do in the kitchen for your family, for yourself, to feed yourself good, healthy things. So grab your pen because you might want to take some notes because sometimes she gives ingredients and things like that. You can always go back and listen to the recording, but right now you might want to grab a pen and paper if you haven't had one already. So we'll be right back. This is only a couple minutes. We'll be back after the kitchen corner.
Hey, welcome to the Kitchen Corner. I'm your host, Danielle del Castillo, and I'm here to talk about building health starting in the kitchen. Today, we're going to make a very simple recipe, but one of my favorite staple recipes in my home, hemp seed pesto. Pesto is one of those sauces that elevates whatever savory dish you're enjoying. This recipe is raw, vegan, and filled with nutrients. You're going to need 3 cups of fresh basil leaves, half a cup of hemp seeds, 2 cloves of garlic, half a cup of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of kosher sea salt, and the juice of 1 lemon. And that's it. You put everything in the blender or food processor, and you've got your pesto. I personally play around with the amounts. I like to add plenty of lemon juice to make it tangy and plenty of garlic as well. I first will chop the raw garlic and let it air out for 10 minutes to activate the compound called allicin in the garlic, which allows garlic to become much more medicinal, helping reduce blood pressure, fight cancer, fight off colds and microbes, and much more. Basil is amazing for your digestion, great for skin, fights inflammation, beneficial for heart health, and for mental health. I think it's safe to say we could all use these benefits. And then I love using hemp seeds to make this pesto creamy. You can also use pumpkin or sunflower seeds. I could go on why I love hemp seeds, but I'll name just 2 reasons today. They're high in GLA, an essential omega-6 fatty acid that has been shown to balance hormones naturally, and they are the perfect protein. This contains not only the 20 amino acids, but also each of the 9 essential amino acids that our body cannot produce. Alright, so those are the reasons why I love all the ingredients in this pesto. I really hope you give it a try. Once again, today we made a delicious hemp seed pesto. You just need basil leaves, hemp seeds, garlic, olive oil, salt, and lemon. Put it in a blender, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I look forward to sharing more with you next week on the Kitchen Corner.
Thank you so much, Danielle, for that recipe. She gave a hemp seed pesto that she's talking about. So that sounds delicious.
I love pesto.
Yes. So she is amazing. Thank you, Danielle. And we are back for the Healthy Grocer radio show. I am your host, Kenyatta Turner. I'm a behavioral superpowers coach with Freedom Empire Consulting. And I am here with my special, awesome co-host. This is Elizabeth Joseph. And she is, we decided to call her the chief, right?
Okay, Chief.
Yeah, chief holistic wellness practitioner and nutrition expert with Be More Clean. We are talking about CBD and coffee, an unlikely pair, with our very special guest, Donnell Jackson, who is the owner of the Coughee Company, which is a vegan organic coffee company that produces CBD infused coffee, and it's going to have a drive-through. We just learned. All right, so let's jump back into the topic. Elizabeth.
So, are there any? It says you're vegan organic. Why is organic important to you? Why even be
Well,
organic?
as I've, of course, like many of us, I have not been a forever vegan or did not grow vegan at all. This journey started about 5 years ago, maybe a little more, a little less. That's when I first came to Arizona, pretty much. Um, Going vegan was more just about I learned about food more than anything. Once you start learning about where food comes from, and then I got into how it's grown. And I've worked on farms and ranches in my younger years, um, and never thought about what's spraying or what's in the water system at all. When you are eating non-organic food, there's a high amount of pesticides, which are super toxic for you. GMOs. Some farms use soil or sewage for fertilizer. So it's pretty dirty game, and
Did you say sewage?
yes.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Sewage for fertilizer sounds good.
I was just processing. I was like, I think you did say sewage. You know?
I believe the term is sewage sludge, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've gotten here, but yeah, that is a allowed procedure in most farms. Um, so with that, we use any products I use or we create. We use organic now the coffee shop. We are only a coffee shop. I would do use a lot of outside vendors for food, pastries. I don't require them to have all organic products. I do recommend it, and there's certain products that I do require, like berries. Are one of the products that you must have organic no matter what. Um, and a lot of the wheats as well. So there's some I'm like no matter what has to be organic, but there's a lot of products I'll allow. But for us, yeah, we organic only, just because of the toxicity level in your normal everyday foods. Our coffee is not certified organic. I will definitely say that. We are grown organic. We are the only reason we're not certified organic just because of the cost of it is a very high cost program, especially for coffee. You have to ship it in. I mean, separate bags make sense, but you have to make it a whole different crate for shipping it. I mean, most of our coffee comes from in the world comes from Africa or South America, so most of our coffee is getting shipped here anyway. But it has to be shipped in a separate crate. You have to build like a whole little shipping area for it. It's such a process, and it's a racket, honestly. So we don't require our coffee to be certified organic, but it does have to be grown organic. And
Okay.
most farms, well, most farms, any farms that we use, like they're very clear with the process. They'll take you out to the farm. They'll show you. I haven't got to visit any myself, so I'm not gone, but I do get to see their process and see videos of them from seed to cherry to the straight.
Okay.
So yeah, that organic part is a very important process for us, and of course, vegan aspect, we don't allow any meat or animal products or dairy products at all. So that's well, I might be flexible with the organic side. But that is definitely a no go. No way.
Okay. Good to know.
So, real quick, if I go there and I don't really, let's say I like tea, can I go there? I could just go there and get a vegan pastry? And y'all have
Uh,
tea too?
but we have, I mean, we're like your normal coffee shop. So even though we are a cannabis friendly coffee shop, we specialize in CBD products. We have CBD products and non CBD products. So you can get your regular coffee, you can get a regular tea. We do have CBD infused tea as well. We do loose leaf. We have, your chais, your matcha. So pretty much anything caffeinated and non-caffeinated, we will
I
have.
love me some chai.
Yeah, I
We'll,
love chai too. What about pastries and food products? You have those as well?
so pastries and food products will utilize local vendors. We are partnering with quite a bit of different local bakers and
Cool.
restaurant companies. We will have a kitchen, but we won't have a kitchen. I won't have a kitchen staff. We'll give different companies and chefs opportunity to come in, do their thing for a day or two, hang out with us, and then we'll rotate them out and bring somebody else in. Just a
That
way
sounds
to
That's
awesome.
yeah,
make
that's a very cool idea. Like a kind of bringing in a collective where people get to come in, they can try their stuff, and people can experience it, and they get exposure, and
I
you get the
love it.
benefit of having them, provide services, to your clients that are coming in. That's
Love
really
it.
cool.
Awesome.
Yep. I say it was being a support. Having this location was definitely something I've been looking for because I can provide some support to other small businesses and help them out and give them exposure. And not having a kitchen staff, and I mean, keeps my labor down as well, and I don't have to worry
Yeah,
about
it's
that. Somebody
smart.
come and I'm not trying to charge people a ridiculous rate to come in and do things. I'm not for our little shop or store area. We'll have some things available for people to come in. Like we'll have some crystals and some natural hand sanitizers, natural hand soaps, and these will be all local made products as well.
Oh,
And then
awesome.
our we'll have a go fridge that we'll have stocked with local food makers who you can just grab one like cold ceviche, like a ceviche salad. You can grab that. So we'll have a bunch of different things offered,
Very
and
cool.
When are you open yet? Again, because I'm now just hungry.
We're like
we,
salivating here.
we're hoping 2 weeks is the goal. I mean, we've been pushed back. It was a long road to get to this point. A lot of delays. I mean, what was supposed to take 60 to 90 days ended up being 6 months.
Okay, so give us a ballpark now. Ballpark.
Hey, first you make is the
Okay.
goal to go open to the public. Now, if you're If you follow us on Instagram, or if you're part of our pre-open, if you're part of our pre-opening, we
Okay.
might have special openings. So,
So-
check us out on Instagram. Follow us, just in case
all
you want to
right.
come in a little sneak peek. But
So
we'll
where so
probably
where what's your Instagram? What tell people what your Instagram is?
it's just Coffee Co. And Coffee spelled Coughe. Coffee Co. And Instagram, that's all of our social media, pretty much everything spread across, even our website, coffeeco.com. That's where we
Excellent. It says here on the screen, if you guys aren't watching, it says here on the screen the address and everything, 637 Broadway Road, Broadway and Rural in Tempe, open in 2 weeks. So she just put it out there and says open in 2 weeks. That's what we're shooting for, right?
that's 937.
Wait, what?
That's a 937.
6937. Oh,
I'm sorry, 937. You got it. I will fix that right now.
thank you
Yep.
for that.
It was
6937.
just upside down. We good.
Yeah.
There's no six. There's no six in there. It's just 937.
937.
Oh,
Yeah.
937. Ooh, we're definitely fixing 937. And some of you aren't even seeing the screen. You're listening to this on one of our multiple podcast platforms. So you're like, I don't know what it is. But I'm going to read it out loud right now. It is
Perfect.
937 Broadway Road, Broadway and Rural in Tempe. Okay, 937 Broadway Road. Open in a couple weeks. We're going to take a break right now. Everyone listening to the Healthy Grocer Radio Show, because now it is time for our Vitamin Magic Carpet Ride with Michael. We will be right back in a few moments.
All right.
Hi, and welcome to another informative vitamin mineral magic carpet ride. This week, we're going to be talking about zinc, and it is absolutely, and I think I mentioned this last week, essential for optimal immune functions. Zinc is also necessary for diabetics because it is a component of insulin. And also, it binds to the insulin and helps enhance its activity. And that will help lower sugar in the bloodstream, because too much sugar in the bloodstream turns to acid. The acid can eat away at the nerve endings, thus create the blindness. And also, too much sugar in the bloodstream impedes circulation, which then sets the body up for diabetic ulcers, especially in the ankles and the feet. Zinc also plays a fundamental role in normal tissue development, along with A, and it helps in cell division, mitosis, when one cell becomes two, and so on. Also helps in protein building, as well as collagen formation, along with vitamin C. So you can see that zinc is an essential nutrient. It's also essential in the synthesis of nucleic acids, which control the formation of different proteins in the cell. And I think I told you this before, that the body runs on proteins and enzymes, and that your B vitamins are technically coenzymes and are involved in all of the enzymatic processes that help the body to function. Zinc is also related to the normal absorption and action of the B complex vitamins, as well as A and E and C. More about this next week.
Okay, welcome back. Thank you, Michael, for our vitamin magic and mineral ride. He's telling us now, which is amazing. You're listening and watching the Healthy Grocer Radio Show. I am your host, Kenyatta Turner, CEO and founder of Freedom Empire Consulting. Here with my co-host, Elizabeth Joseph. She's the Chief Holistic Wellness Practitioner and Nutrition Expert at Be More Clean. And we have been talking with Donnell Jackson about CBD and coffee, an unlikely pair. And he's the owner of a coffee company. He's a vegan and an organic, which it's a vegan organic coffee company that produces CBD infused with coffee. We've been having a fantastic conversation, and it's time to wrap it up. So I got a question for you, Donnell. One last question. What's your last kind of hurrah advice for the listeners in the last few seconds of the show? Your final statements.
If you have any questions or concerns about CBD, I'm always open to answering questions. We will hopefully be open again the first week of May, 937 East Broadway Road in Tempe. Please come check us out. Coffee Company. We are a cannabis-friendly coffee shop. And yeah, always, if you have any questions, like I said, reach out and we'll be happy to answer. I appreciate you ladies having me on. and
Yeah.
have a wonderful
Yay!
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. I learned so much, and it was definitely an honor having you here. And everyone, you can contact Donnell and place an order at, you can email him directly at thecoffeeco@gmail.com, and that's spelled THECOUGHEE co@gmail.com. And of course, follow them on Instagram at the Coffee Co. I am your host, Kenyatta Turner, and this has been my co-host, Elizabeth Joseph. She is amazing. Be sure to tune in next week when our topic will be urban farming and beekeeping. Urban farming and beekeeping is what we're going to be talking about next week. And our very special guest is Nika Forte. She is the owner of ABC Mobile and Bayhive Beekeeping.
Yes,
It
Bay.
is Bay. I was like, wait, did it say Bay? Okay.
I love it. I just saw that. I'm like, oh my God.
Bayhive Beekeeping. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have our show next week. And listeners, we appreciate you. So glad that you were here watching and listening with us or listening to the replay here. But if you missed any part of today's show or just want to listen again because it was so freaking amazing, then you can listen again. All of our show podcasts can be viewed and heard live or on demand 24/7 at Facebook, Twitter, iHeartRadio, Google and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, and all the internets and places on the webs. And
if you want to see our pretty faces, you'll want to go on YouTube though, because look at Kenyatta.
Can you resist this? You know, you probably can. Anyway, so until next Saturday at 11 a.m. Arizona time, thank you for listening to the Healthy Grocer Radio Show. And remember, health is your greatest wealth. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Healthy Grocer Radio Show, brought to you by New Day Healing at newdayhealing.net and Be More Clean colon hydrotherapy at bemoreclean.com. Thanks for listening today, and please check us out on your favorite social media sites so you can meet our friend Perry Pearhead and stay up to date with the latest natural products, health news, natural remedies, health retailer and community spotlights, and much more. The Healthy Grocer would love to hear from you regarding previous shows, improving the show, or letting us know what topics you'd like to discuss. So please feel free to contact us live, on air, or email your questions to info@healthygrocerradio.com. All radio show podcasts can be viewed and heard live or on demand 24/7 at Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Spreaker, and on our website at healthygrocerradio.com. And remember, health is your greatest wealth.